You're watching Yes Live, and I'm Lynn Meadows.
My name is Rod Thompson from Tulsa, Oklahoma with Team PWP, and you're watching Yes Live TV.
My name is Donnell Can with PWP out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, assistant coach. You watching Yes Live TV.
My name is Bryce Thompson. I am the point guard for PWP, and you're watching Yes Live TV.
My name is JV Mark, and I am the other point guard from PWP. We're from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you're watching Yes Live TV.
My name's Kobe. I'm a shooting guard for PWP from Tulsa, and you're watching Yes Live TV.
My name is Seth Hurd. I'm center for PWP, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you're watching Yes Live TV.
Welcome to Yes Live. I'm Lynn Meadows, and I'm sitting here in Houston, Texas, with an Oklahoma boy,
Yes.
Rod Thompson. He's put together a program of exactly, 3 teams, and they're called PWP. Now tell me what the PWP means.
PWP stands for Playing with Purpose. We formed this program it's probably been about 13, 14 years ago, and been very fortunate to have some very good teams. A lot of Division I players that went through the program. We have a boys and girls side. The girls side kind of formed up. A good friend of mine, Lee Mayberry, who now coaches at Arkansas, played in the NBA for a while, and we just felt led to try to give something more than just basketball. I was fortunate enough to play at the University of Tulsa and get to play a little bit overseas, and so being able to give back, get some of these kids going, teach them the different values outside of basketball, and you can all give them to play, but we've been very fortunate, very blessed to be able to impact a lot of young kids' lives in the Tulsa area in Oklahoma. So we're very fortunate and glad to be here at your event.
Hey, thank you very much. I'm glad that y'all came. It means a lot to me. Let's talk about, you were mentioning, when you said the full name of your team.
Mm-hmm. Playing with Purpose.
Playing with Purpose. And the playing with purpose as in, give me a definition of that.
Yeah, so we thought playing with purpose, we was always based on that God has a plan for your life. And being a former athlete, you deal with so many different pressures. And so I think when we got to the point where we seen kids graduate, or even my peers and my friends, that after they were done, they really didn't have any options or anything else to do. They wasn't a superstar anymore. Everybody wasn't pulling at them and grabbing at them. And so we wanted to be able to develop, and every one of our kids will tell you that we always say that you're going to be successful if you decide not to play basketball or you keep playing. And so that was our main drive, that these young people that would garner so much attention would have something else, would know they have some value off the court. That even after you're done playing, that, hey, I still want to be around you. I still want to hang out with you. I still want you, if you're not playing anymore, I still want to know you're making good grades. And I think one of the biggest things that we've seen, Lynn, is that the biggest joy is not just the kids that go on and play Division I basketball. Just a month ago, I get a call from a player who played through her 11th grade year, and I got invited to her wedding, and she was all honors at SMU. And so to be able to go and do that kind of thing and have an impact, now she have her kids in basketball and they're loving it. And so that was our main focus. We've been fortunate and blessed to have some very good players. But the biggest thing is that when you see those kids come back, and the greatest joy is maybe not the ones who can score 25 points, but develop those friendships, go on and be productive in society and be able to give back kind of like yourself. And you realize you get older, that's the most important thing. So we've been very fortunate and blessed with playing with purpose. And God has just blessed us to be in that situation, to be able to impact some lives. But little do these kids know, and I'm sure you can relate to that, they also impact our lives. So we've been very, very fortunate.
I'm at the top of that one. I honestly believe these children were put in my life to help me fight for my life.
That's right.
And the things that you're saying, I'm so focused on what you're saying. is because it's so refreshing to hear it. You know, people say all the time, you know, Miss Lynn, you're always donating, you're doing this and you're doing that for the kids. And I said, well, I would much rather be doing that than what you're doing. I would rather, you know, you wake up in the morning, you open up the newspaper and you say, hey, they done broke into such and such house. Instead of getting out there and trying to help keep these children active, you would like to sit at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee and complain about how they broke in a neighbor's house. But you don't understand that they're all our children. This is our community.
This is.
So let's reach out. Let's help them. And, you know, personally, it's like this. I want somebody that's 12 years old to further their education because as I calculate, they might be the person that actually makes the decision if me and you going to get Social Security. I need my Social Security.
Well, like I say, these little knucklehead boys, one of them may end up dating my daughter. So I want to make sure
there you go,
that
they
are lined up.
Yeah.
And just a tribute to you. I mean, we got a couple kids that's, you know, never been to Houston. Never been to Houston before. Been fortunate enough to be able to be at Houston, do different kind of things. But also, I think just like now, the hospitality that you've given us here, I mean, I think spoke volume.
Coach Ron, I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so kindly for all the little blessings that you gave me.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot from you about your assistant coach, Darnell.
Yep.
I would like for you to introduce him to me and let me get to know him, okay?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
We'll see you in 2016.
Yes,
That's
we will.
A done deal.
We'll be here. Put it down. We'll bring in Coach Darnell.
Okay. Hi, Coach Darnell.
Hello, Ms. Lynn.
I am so glad that you came down here to Houston, Texas. Are you going to get you some barbecue while you're here?
Well, I don't know. I might go visit some of my family members and get some crawfish since I'm originally from Louisiana. So I guess I gotta get some southern foods.
I'll tell you what. Instead of going to get the barbecue, I'm going with you. All right, how about that?
That sounds good.
So tell me, when did you get involved in this, and how did you get involved with this?
Well, I played basketball at Grambling State University from 2002 to 2006. So after I graduated, I got hired on with a utility company up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I moved up there, and the church that I attend decided to start an AAU organization. So
this team comes from a church.
No, this team is not, but my church was going to start an organization, so they asked me to be a part of it, so I was going to help out. But the church didn't have the funding, so they backed out of it. So I took over the organization, and then I turned that organization to my own organization called Tulsa Icons. So I had that for about 4 to 5 years, and I met Coach Rod by playing against him and everything. You know, his team used to beat up on my team, so so you know.
I can see that.
So, like I said, once that happened, I sat down with Coach Rod because the kids that I started with actually graduated this past year. So I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore, since if I wanted to start all over and everything. So I asked Coach Rod, you know, if he was looking for any more help or anything. So he said yes. So I decided to, join up with Coach Rod. Like I said, I always watched him and played against him. I like how he ran his organization, the kids they have of it. And we had some of the same goals in mind when it came to, teaching the kids the fundamental, teaching them how to play the right way in the game of basketball.
I know dealing with you about being organized and coming down here, you were Johnny on the spot. I mean, you had everything together. A couple times when I got the phone, I thought, wow, I wish I could get a couple others to do this. So I could tell then, when you do things like that, that's when the passion goes all the way down, not just about the game, but actually making sure that you got it well done for those children.
Yes.
And that meant a lot to me.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you came out. I want for you to introduce me to some of your boys, if you would, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Darnell. I really appreciate y'all coming out. I enjoyed our conversations on the phone. I got a feeling that we're going to grow. We're going to grow together.
Yes.
I'm going to reach out, and we're going to see what we can make happen out there in Oklahoma with y'all.
Yes. We'll be looking forward to it.
Coach Ron is good.
Yes.
But Miss Lynn's going to reach out there.
All right.
It's a pleasure. I want to meet some of these team players.
Yes, I invite some of the players up.
So tell me what's your name, baby.
Bryce Thompson.
Thompson. Who would happen to be your father?
Rod Thompson,
And what would he also be?
my coach.
Your coach and mentor in life?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what do you think that you learned from your father the most? On the court or off the court?
Probably off the court, focusing on my grades and how I can't be a successful basketball player if I don't have the grades.
I am very impressed.
Thank you.
I am very impressed. I think our audience was going to be impressed with that answer. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you was going to tell me the basketball court. So that tells me that you're a very mature little 13-year-old.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you too.
So tell me, what school do you want to go to? What's your favorite subject? Talk to me. Do you like to cook? Let's talk about something other than basketball. Basketball is great, it's awesome, but it's not everything in life. So I want to know about you.
I also enjoy playing the saxophone. I played
Really?
saxophone in my school. Yes, ma'am.
The blues?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Now you really done broke my heart. Okay, we got the one that's thinking about how it's important to learn off the court versus on the court, and then you want us to play the blues for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's keep talking. Do you cook? You're gonna make somebody a
bacon
wonderful
to
husband.
eggs.
So tell me, what's your favorite subject in school?
I enjoy math. My mother is a math teacher, and so
Really?
she helps me keep a good grade in that class.
Really? So do you want to go to college?
Yes, ma'am.
And where do you want to go?
I prefer to go to Kansas, the University of Kansas. Coach Bill Self, he coached my father at TU, so I'd like to go there.
So do you want to play basketball when you grow up?
Yes, ma'am.
What position do you play, baby?
Point guard.
Point guard. So, question. Do you ever put a song in your head when you're dribbling the ball and dribble that ball to the beat of that song in your head?
Sometimes. There are a few songs that I like to play through my mind to keep me going through the game.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I've been told that a couple times. You know who was the first person that ever told me that?
Who?
My son.
How old is your son?
We ain't gonna say. Because then we might be talking some major subjects in. You would really enjoy math for sure then, baby. It sure was a pleasure, and I hope I get to see you grow up.
Thank you.
God bless.
You too.
Come here, baby. Well, we're sitting here with a new player, but I just wanted to remind you, we just seen a basketball player that was a point guard, but was not only just a point guard. He was a child that he told me that numbers is his thing. He also told me how it was important, how his father was teaching him off the court than on the court. And to me, that's what this show is about. I like to talk about not just what takes place on the court, but what the court can bring to the families, the friends, and the loved ones around them. So as we move further along with the program of PWP, I would like to introduce you to, could you tell me your name?
Javion Markham.
Could you repeat that again?
Javion Markham.
Markham. I'm going to call you Markham, okay? How old are you, Markham?
I'm 13 years old.
And where do you go to school?
I go to school in Tulsa at Carver Middle School.
Do you enjoy school?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your parents here with you?
No, ma'am.
So do you enjoy traveling to play basketball?
Yes, ma'am. It's a really fun experience.
So your coach is who?
Rod Thompson.
And what if you had to answer, what was the most important thing that you learned from him just last week? What would that answer be?
To always give good effort.
And do you feel like that's something that you could take as you grow and become that young adult that would really help you in life?
Yes, ma'am. It really does help me in life, especially in school.
And how do you apply that in school?
I just work hard in all my classes and try to make sure I get good grades.
What's your favorite subject?
Language arts.
What position do you play, baby?
Point guard.
Point guard.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, how many people have you crossed over?
I don't count.
Oh. Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. So tell me, do you like to read?
Yes, ma'am. I really enjoy reading.
Do you? What kind of books do you read?
Books about history and about America.
Really? So what other things do you like in life besides basketball?
School.
Really? You like school?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you keep your room clean, or does your mom have to tell you to clean it all the time?
I make her clean it for me.
At least you're honest, didn't you? So are you excited when they told you you were coming to Houston, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
What was you thinking driving down here?
We gotta win.
We got to win. I like that. Have you seen the rings?
Yeah, they look nice.
And you're going to go home with one, huh?
It would look even better on my finger.
I like you. So who else is sitting here with you? What other player do you got?
Kobe.
Kobe?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it was a pleasure to get to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Hope to see you in 2016. Come back and get you a series of rings.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd like to sit down and talk to him. Hi, Kobe. How old are you?
I'm 13.
And is your mom and dad here with you?
Just my dad.
And how long you been playing basketball?
Since I was 3.
3. So you was running around when the ball was bigger than you were, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Was you one of those kids that every time you turn around is bouncing a ball?
I would always try to find somebody open, but yeah, I would dribble a lot.
What position do you play?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. And how well do you shoot?
Okay.
Okay, but you'll get better.
Yes, ma'am.
You got a lot of years ahead of you. What subject do you like the most in school?
I really enjoy math.
Math. So you're a numbers guy.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, if you were in a situation in life where you had to really stop and think, okay, is this good for me or is this not good for me? Should I or should I not do that? Do you feel like that your coach is actually helping you try to make the right decisions in life? And that do you feel safe enough and secure enough that you could make that right decision because of the things that he is teaching you?
Yes, ma'am. He's always taught us to just keep trying harder, and he's always taught me that it's not just you in the world. It's you have teammates and that they can help you if you're ever in a crisis. Just go to your friends or your teammates and they'll help you through it.
There you go. You know, that's one thing that nobody can ever replace your father. But there's nothing like having that kind of extra person in your life that's like a father, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how my son felt about his coach. So, do you want to go along and play college ball?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And have you thought about college?
A little bit. I mean, I'm not too young to be thinking about it, but I haven't thought about it that much.
What grade are you in?
7th.
You do need to be thinking about it. You know why? Because you need to make sure you got that GPA where it needs to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me, does your mother usually come to the games? You enjoy that?
Well, she only comes to the ones in Tulsa, but it's because of her job. She's like an event planner in State Farm, and
Oh, really?
she was in Chicago last weekend. They're going to Savannah this week, so she's not real around that
So
much.
you got a very dedicated father to do this nonstop. You want to take a moment and tell him thank you on TV?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for being such a great dad.
That's awesome. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you next year, okay? God bless. As I was interviewing the PWP Younger Boys 13 and under group, out of my right eye, I kept looking over and glancing, thinking, Lord, that child's tall. Sure enough, he's 6'5". He is 14 years old, and his name is
Seth Hurd.
Seth Hurd. And Seth Hurd, how long have you been playing basketball?
For about 4 years.
4 years. Have you always played for the PWP?
Not always. Through third grade, I played for the Tulsa Titans, and I switched over to Coach Rod's team.
And so tell me about Coach Rod. What do you think that he's doing the best as far as trying to mentor you on and off the court? What do you think he's bringing to the table for you on that?
I think he's not only making me a better player as a post player, but also as a young man and growing and just gentleman-like stuff.
It was such a pleasure to be sitting here with PWP out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm sitting here with Bryce, and he says that he wanted to what?
I have some French that I can tell you.
Really, you think so?
Yeah. Tu regardes Oui Live, and that means you are watching Yes TV in French.
And it's what? Live. I basically want to put you on here because I want to tell you thank you for being here in these children's lives.
Thank you.
As a community, as a parent, as a person that has to be out here, it's great to be able to know that people extend their time to be in gyms all day long to keep these kids off the streets.
Well, of course, it's a job within itself. You know, it's
Yeah.
just something they have to love doing.
And you do.
Oh, I love doing it. I have a passion for it. I'm giving back for the things that, you know, when I was growing up, they didn't have these kind of organizations going on. You know, they only had one in the city of Houston. And it's amazing how everything
And you
grew
want-
in
and-
the last 15 years.
Yeah, and you know, and you're like, wow, why wasn't this here when I was growing up? And I had nothing to do.
Well, it's all about time. You know,
Yeah.
things were different back then. You know, back then they didn't have all the they didn't have any AAU teams. The only AAU team I remember back then was the Houstonians.
Yeah.
Now the Houston,
Yeah, I
we're
remember
telling
that.
our age now. On that note, you know, now they have about a good, I'm gonna say just in Houston alone, I say about a good 60 teams. You know, I've been coaching AAU now for about 12 or 13 years. You know, small little organization, but I'm still giving back. I love giving back.
I can see it in the children. I really can.
Yeah, me, what I get out of it when I see them enjoying themselves, having them, teaching them how to be a young man, how to you know, carry themselves off the court, in the classroom, not just basketball. But that ball, the thing about that ball is so amazing. That ball could take you places you've never been before, introduce you to people that you never had a chance to meet.
That's the truth there.
You know, so we use that for like a seed. Then once you feed the seed, it start growing, and you take it from there. You know, doors start opening up for you. You know,
All over.
all over. You be amazing.
I'm sitting here with the Elite Hoyas, and as I was sitting here, I thought, God, I know this child. I recognize him. Sure enough, I know his father, Coach Loving. What is your name, baby?
Braxton Lovings.
And how long you been playing basketball?
Since I was about 8 years old.
And how old are you now?
16.
16 years old. Have you already decided where you want to go to college?
Not yet.
Not yet. Do you know what you want to be?
Yes.
And what is that?
I want to go to a D1 college and just try and make it to the NBA.
You want to play all the way, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what other hobbies you like.
I like working with a lot of numbers, and you know, I was thinking about owning my own business one day. If basketball don't work out, that's gonna be plan B.
What kind of business?
Like a sports business, like I'll be a trainer or something, and I'll just make my own company and just train kids so they can make it. Even though
What's your favorite sport?
basketball.
Just basketball only? I'm sitting here with Joshua Hickenbotham from the Hoyas Elite, and he's playing in the Memorial Day Bash in Houston, Texas, that I have presented to the children. I call this the children's tournament. It's not mine. It's not the person down the road. It's all of ours. Why? Because it's important to be here for these children, and I'm glad that you're part of it.
Thank you.
How old are you, baby?
I'm 16,
And when will you be graduating?
2017.
We got a long time ahead of you. So how long you been playing basketball?
Well, I started training with my dad in about fifth grade, and then my first year organized was 7th grade.
Really? So you've been playing for quite a long time. So where do you go to school?
I'm actually homeschooled.
Really? And what's your favorite subject?
Probably science, anything pertaining to science.
Oh, really? You're not into dissecting frogs, are you?
Not too much, no.
Me neither. I don't think I can hang with that. But it's not bad. People make a living to do that, you know? So tell me, have you thought about where you want to go to play college?
I like a lot of schools in Texas, like Texas Tech, Texas State, U of H. I like a lot of those just local schools, and a lot of Christian schools like Houston Baptist and stuff like that. I want to kind of stay in Texas.
What position do you play on the court?
I can play the 1 through the 3.
That's good. That's good. So you can dribble with your left and with your right? Meadows, and I'm sitting here with Texas Express. It's out of Dallas, Texas. That program has been in existence for how many years now, you think?
20.
Over 20 years, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your coach?
Kenny Yates.
Kenny Yates with Texas Express. And your name is?
Jacob Jackson.
Jacob Jackson. What position do you play, Jacob?
I played a 2 and a 3.
A 2 and a 3. Can you dribble too?
Yes, ma'am.
What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman at Euless Trinity.
What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Do you where you want to go to college?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
University of Kentucky.
Oh, you want to go deep, huh?
Yes.
Have you thought about what you want to be?
Yes.
And?
A physiologist.
Really?
Yes.
So you like science?
Yes.
That's your favorite subject?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your favorite food?
Chinese food.
I like that too. It was a pleasure to get to meet you.
Nice to
I hope
meet
you
you.
come back next year. It's a pleasure meeting you. What's your name?
Cameron Yates.
Cameron Yates. Oh, your dad wouldn't happen to be Kenny Yates, would it?
Yep, he is.
So how long you been playing basketball?
Actually, my first word was basketball, so I guess you could say since I was born.
That's all you you didn't say mom?
I have a couple of videos from back when I was like 2 or 3, and I was like hooping in that Tots hoop, you know, the one that's really short. Yeah, so.
So do you have brothers and sisters that play basketball too?
No, my sister, she's just like a swimmer, and she plays tennis and stuff like that, but basketball kind of runs in my family on my dad's side, so.
Your
I
dad
decided
loves
to take it on.
basketball, huh?
Yep.
Like you do.
Mhm.
So where do you go to school?
I go to school at Aledo High School. It's in the west side of Fort Worth, Texas.
And what's your favorite subject there?
Probably math. I'm in Algebra 2.
Oh, really? So you're a numbers guy.
Yep. Mhm.
So what position do you play on the court?
Point guard and shooting guard.
Well, I guess I got some other little game players over here that help you on the court. I need to give them some court time.
Zaylen right here.
Azalea, come this way, Azalea. You know what? Come here. It was a pleasure. Thanks for being on TV with me, okay? What's your name?
Zaylen Mitchell.
Zaylen Mitchell. Are you the one that's going to hold the goal for me?
Yes, ma'am.
And what am I going to do?
You gonna dunk it?
All day, every day. What position do you play?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. You a good shooter?
Yes, ma'am.
So how long you been playing basketball?
Last 5 years.
So where do you go to school at?
Trimble Tech.
Trimble Tech. What's your favorite subject?
Probably reading.
Memorial Day Bash. Really? Held in Houston, Texas. This is going to be an annual event, and it's going to be supported by so many different teams because we all do it the right way. It's about the kids. Yes Live, thanks you for being part of it today as well.